Hello YouTube and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. I was asked to watch this video which is about full crit Riven. So what is so special about this champion and what do we do? In the distant past we had Riven played in the jungle with Solar Charge Blade as well, but Solar Charge Blade at that time was beyond unbelievably broken, dealing true damage and granting you 50% crit. But now we are in League of one-shot meta, and what better to play than one-shot crit Riven? So after watching this video, you will understand that this isn't actually troll, but quite insane damage. If you're wondering how much damage does this champion do and how fair this champion is, well, it is not. If you're a good Riven player, this champion is your champion to be played, to take over games, to just one-shot people, to just style on people. It's quite literally the perfect mobile game champion, because you look fancy as hell, you deal crazy damage, and you have the most crazy insane plays you can go for. So, let's tackle this one, friends. For the jungle clear, you want to pre-stack your passive already early to gain just a little bit of extra damage, right? It just makes the jungle clear faster. With this done, you aim for either a partial clear like a free camp clear into scuttle transition or an invade, or you can full clear if you can't do anything of the above. So with that in mind, while jungle clearing, what you can do is you can pay attention to the lanes you're pathing to. For example, he's pathing from his bot lane, like bot side here, towards his top side. While doing so, he can watch the lanes he's pathing towards to, which in this case is going to be mid lane and top lane, and see if something is happening that is like making him choose to go for a gank over a full clear. Because you obviously want to play off of information rather than for fun. So here we see a free camp clear, expected. We see that very often from Riven players, and with this happening, he's now pathing downwards away from his natural path, which is a huge payment in the sense of opportunity cost, and it pays off because the karma was waiting for him. So he paid a high price of going down here because the enemy Yone will not take his top side, but he will be able to most likely invade his bot side. But again, that might be a little bit risky. He's not even going for this because the enemy bot lane will just instantly walk there. Very good catch by him of not going there. Picks up the boots, goes recalling, goes into his top side. Yone will at most... Oh, Yone doesn't even go for a camp. Okay, Yone did only 3 camps, goes for the scuttle, and doesn't really do anything. So he got away with murder, basically. Yone also not very famous as a champion to clear the jungle fast, right? Made sure to nerf that one pretty heavily. If Yone was still in the same state for jungle clearing as he was beforehand, he would probably be the best jungle you can pick, like by far. By far. Here we see some nice weaving of camps, leashing them together, being efficient with the jungle clear, really nicely done. This topside crab will be gone, we have ultimate on the Riven, so this will be a dive onto the Nasus. The Nasus needs to pick up the fruit. Oh, he picks up the Scorpion, yes, that's what I want to see. I love the Scorpion. Baby Skarner will tax the living hell out of this guy up there. Baby Skarner on the move here, Nasus has to pop early, has to pop his ult early, Aatrox pops the ult, doesn't tank. How does Riven start tanking, huh? The Aatrox was there first, no? He tanks again! I sometimes hate towers. This doesn't make any sense, but yeah, we just move on. I guess the Aatrox just did an ult or something? He pops ult and walked up and didn't do anything? I don't know. Wait, do you know if the Scorpion actually, because the Scorpion counts as a killer for you, right? Maybe if the Scorpion hits the tower and deals flash damage, you gain aggro. Can anyone confirm or deny? Because that would be really cooked. That would be completely cooked. Riven beyond fed right here. His bot lane is having some trouble. I don't even know how. But I guess somebody walked up to Lucianami and wondered that they died. But here's a secret. Karma is pretty good into both, because you can put them on a leash as Lucian dashes in and hit the full combo. So you have big damage. But I'm very curious to see how this game turns out. And yeah, Chinese Trinity Force. And on Riven it's actually not bad. It's really not that bad because you're spamming so many spells, you get so many Spellblade procs. It's a really nice early game powerhouse item. And by the way, if you want to see more of this content, like make sure to subscribe to this video. I will also be very happy about this. Like just seeing more people watch this content because in the Western scene, like this game isn't really getting as much traction. And games are really weird to be played here, and so I hope I can make you, like, give you a better day by just providing you with some Chinese content. This Nami tries to flash over the wall, flash over the wall, gets exhausted by the Lucian, the Jinx ultimate misses, and now the Yone is in the river as well. We have a 2-level lead nearly, after leveling up, like, very soon, and they will most likely go for the Herald. I really hope she goes for the Herald, but she doesn't have ultimate anymore, so it was a very heavy investment to go for this ult play, because not having ultimate for the Herald play could be very detrimental to the gameplay, because if Yone still has all the abilities available, you might be in a very precarious spot right now. Gets a level 8, passive experience coming in clutch, has camp for one more time, has time for one more camp, and since Yone is going for a bot side play, he will get the Herald completely uncontested, which is very huge for him. Getting the Herald completely uncontested is a massive thing, and is he actually pathing down there to force a fight? No way he is. No way he is, not without ultimate. We'll get a free Herald here. Zoe misses the first ability. Classic. Donna picks up the Ocean Dragon. Nobody cares about dragons, my friend. It's WildRift. They're bad. And now the Riven gets to invade his topside camps as well. So Yone invested so much of his time for a bot lane play. Okay, fair enough. It paid off. But then had to go for Dragon. And by going for Dragon, he loses so much of his gold income because the Riven was now able to steal away a chicken camp, and they'll get the mid lane tower. What I really dislike here is that the Karma comes mid lane to share the gold. Really bad play because the value of gold has been significantly reduced, sharing it by 3 instead of just by 2. And yeah, we are not really happy about this. If you play support or generally any kind of champion and you have your jungle take Herald, you don't want to share the gold with too many people. It's a massive waste. Poor Nasus gets killed, free kill pickup, 250 gold to the pockets of the Riven here, and we're getting slowly and slower. What am I even talking about? What am I yapping? Help me! Help me! He looked at the Scorpion, he was like, give me baby Scar now. Okay, now we take care of the sustain issue. We have Gluttonous Grease and we invest into Vampiric Zaptor, allowing ourselves to stay on the map more, like for a longer time, because we have way more sustain. Also Trinity Force and then itemizing into crit, very powerful. I wish the Trinity Force effect could also crit, that would be so broken. Do you guys remember when people believed that Starax and Trinity Force had an interaction in WildRift, but it never did because they had the description wrong? Classic WildRift moment. But yeah, in this game, we go for a heavy cooldown reduction. We have, Nami comes in with the wave here, pops the Glacial Augment, turns around, gets the slow, probably gets 1 kill pickup. Doesn't get a kill pickup. Why didn't the Karma turn? Like, I'll actually go back, I'll go back, and I want to see what the Karma is in turning here. Oh no, it wasn't Karma, it was Jinx, my bad. So Jinx, the trumpets are out. Jinx is walking away. I think they can win this, no? Nah, I just think the bot lane griefed. I think the time the enemy team is wasting on the Riven, they can just kill them all because the Karma is also coming. I think they just let her die for no reason. I think it was very much playable. Aatrox will get the kill pickup on the Nasus. Oh, he has to be very much aware of this siphoning strike of the Nasus, because that will actually kill that guy. But yeah. Also interesting to see with Zentia on the Yone very early on, even though they only have Karma and Zoe. But again, Yone probably like more or less a champion that doesn't really care what items he has as long as he has items, because he'll one-shot you anyway. Classic. Also the sustain of Witsend coming in clutch if you fight champions. Back to the jungle clear gaming experience here. We'll be able to pick up even more camps. His team is on a mission, but after these events with his teammates, I don't think he has a lot of trust left for them. Because again, I think they could have turned on bot lane very easily. But it's okay. The game is still very much winnable. There's an overextended Nasus up there, so if he doesn't have any assistance, this might be a good kill pickup. But keep in mind, Nasus is not a weak champion once he gets a few levels. Because, oh, he just walked out of the brush. That's funny. Because his ultimate is very, very powerful. But red buff is also so cringe. Sad that he walked out of a brush. That's so sad. That's such a massive, massive loss. Nasus is really doing some interesting things, but the Aatrox is doing even more interesting things. He just goes in and gets jebaited, but now the Riven catches the rotation of the Nami, crits the Nami multiple times, nice flash by the Nami. Morgana pops everything to keep the Nami safe, but will fall in return. Yona, ooh, nice third ability by the Riven to avoid this CC by the Yona, and now we have the turn here, we flash in, we just go out again, we just get a few pickups here, very nicely done, but the Zoe doesn't find the angle from the right hand side, even though I think again she could have approached this from the right side and then clean up the fight as well. Not quite sure if I'm just seeing things, because yeah, I think it was just so free again, but yeah, maybe I'm just seeing things. I'm old after all, you know, maybe I need new glasses, you never know, grandpa for a reason, my friends. But I'm a bloodthirsty in-game grandpa. And as Yona just walked forward here, he might... Oh, there's a control... Oh, no fun allowed here. There was no control ward here, and the Yona face checked. Very easy kill pickup. Need to be careful here to not get caught up by the Yona, so the enemy team would just collapse on him. It is just the second dragon on his soul that doesn't matter. Keep that in mind. And they have to be really careful to not overextend here, because if they do, if Riven gets caught here by flanking, it's an instant death sentence. But yeah, approaches the fight from a flanking position, very nicely done. Now back in the middle, the enemy team is completely split apart, the Morgana is completely isolated. With the Morgana being isolated, it should be a free kill pickup on the Morgana. He doesn't even have to use ultimate, and now the enemy team doesn't really have the structure they need to have for proper fights. They lost a lot of CC, and now the beatdown can finally commence. Nami uses ultimate as well, they lose the dragon, but the thing is, the Yona will now certainly die by going back to his shadow. Free kill pickup onto the Nami. Narcissus is finally here, the Yona falls to the Riven, and now because the formation fell apart, they're all being complete free pickups. They can't really do anything about this, because they use all their vital cooldowns for securing that objective. But again, they only secured the objective, and it's towards a soul that nobody cares about. And even if it's a soul, it really doesn't matter, because the gold amount you just gave away is so much more important than the soul you've gained. Or the dragon stack you've gained, because the dragon stack is also wrong, because dragons don't stack anymore, but the moment you have 3 dragons you get the soul. Riven being horrendously fed, stealing away enemy jungle camps, very important. Has a lot of gold in the pocket, really needs to find a reset window at some point, because you never know if the enemy does something really stupid with their Nasher, so... The moment we get like close to the spawn time, like we may be able to clear our bot side and then look for a reset. But we do not want to stay on the map for too long when Nasher spawns, because you always know people start religiously inting the moment Nasher is on the map. I don't really know why. It's like this typical ARAM thing, people run down mid lane and just continuously die. Okay, we find the reset now. Not picking up the charge blade as it seems, but picks up the Navori quick blades. Navori quick blades, then itemizing into BF sword and another brawler's glove for the infinity edge, and we're getting closer and closer to the dream of one-tapping people. If you're wondering, why is he picking up Navori? Okay, Riven is a very cooldown-centric champion, and the more cooldowns you have, the more spells you have, the more passive procs you have, which is an immediate increase in damage. And not only this, the tankiness you gain, the mobility you gain is also quite nice, so keep all of that in mind. The cooldowns are not that high, but it might be the difference maker. Has Infinity Edge in base, looks for a potential play here. The Morgana was sniffing it, and the Wither is being placed on the Riven, so we don't have any movement speed anymore. You see, we are as slow as a slug. Looking for a play onto the Morgana, gets the Morgana one tap. He didn't crit for 2 auto attacks, I think, and only the third one actually crit, so he was scammed again. Typical WildRift thing, you always get scammed with crits. Why is my bro not critting? Come on now, any crits? Nami wave coming in, and the big Chungus Nasus on the right hand side coming in with the Lucian, Bubble catching her alive, and the Collector Lucian collects the poor soul. I mean, it's a free item Lucian, so it doesn't even matter that he has Collector, because yeah, I mean, he's gonna kill her regardless if he stands still for an extended amount of time. Picked up teleport instantly after dying though, so this Nasher might be their downfall if they get some if they can play for some time. It might be the thing. Oh, Zoe is really not paying attention to the Lucian, gets caught off guard, 7 seconds. he needs to make a decision. Does he go for a steal? Does he go in now? Will they actually make this play? No, he doesn't. He sold the teleport and didn't go for it. With Zoe dead, it's just not possible anymore. If Zoe survived and was able to just do some pot shots, I think it's more than achievable. But yeah, very level-head decision on his part to not go for this. Too much of a risk to then still die. Because if he dies, the enemy gets even more gold and he has no uptime of farming, so you'll fall behind in gold for no reason, while the enemy gets to accumulate free gold and free plays on the map. Theoretically speaking, he is the strongest member of his team. If he dies, bad times happen, and they really need to hope that the Zoe finally starts picking up the pace, or his teammates finally start doing something. Playing Riven into that type of team is very difficult, because think about the enemy CC layering. Like, they have Wither, they have Morgana Root, Morgana Ult, Nami Wave, Yon Ultimate, Yon Knock Up. It's so annoying to deal with them, it's so hard to avoid these. And yeah, like, he is not going to have a fun time during teamfights. But again, the Aram situation in mid lane happens as per usual, and he gets just a free top lane tower here, or bot lane tower, and the Morgana even used ultimate, and the crits commence. Nearly gets a free kill here, now turns onto the Yone. The enemy team is continuously taking isolated 1v1s, which you really do not want to have. He falls though, he gets the bot lane tower, and his teammates get more and more gold. And again, like, with the soul being as worthless as it is, it doesn't matter if the enemy team gets the soul. He's happier with taking away the enemy inhibitor, creating some kind of pressure on the map, than getting a soul. Because what does the soul grant you in this game nowadays? Like, number one, Ocean Soul doesn't apply if you hit minions or monsters, only applies if you hit champions, and it has a cooldown, and it barely does anything in terms of healing, especially in one-shot meta. Mountain Dragon doesn't really scale, is a flat shield, completely worthless. Infernal Soul does scale, does add damage to you, but it's so meaningless compared to the damage that is in the game that you barely feel any difference of having an Infernal Soul or not. You still one-shot people or kill them in a fraction of a second, so it doesn't really make a difference. The Ice Soul, on the other hand, offers a feature which is completely insane compared to all the others, which is a slow. And a slow effect can actually change the game more than anything else because the enemy can't escape. And it empowers certain champions a lot more given their purpose. For example, a Nazriel, a Zoe, these type of champions that hit you with a spell like a big spell, and then you get another big chunk of damage. But again, it has a high cooldown, so not going to be the massive game changer you believe it might be. Nasus is completely isolated here. This might be the play they need to go for. With the Nasus being caught in the sideline, flashes over the wall, he maintains his cool, doesn't even pop ult, doesn't pop flash. His front line is getting collapsed on, as it seems. Morgana is walking forward. He can't just enter this. He needs to find the angle of the flash. He does find the angle of the flash, and he wants perhaps them. That was what he actually needed. That was what he was praying for, because it was the only way to win the game. This flash play was the move he needed to go for, and it's a pentakill. He completely solo carried this game. If you look at this game, his teammates were absolute deadweight at every point of the game. It's crazy. From losing lane, number one, from not rotating properly, from not playing fights, from not doing anything, he just put them on his back and carried them home. Very nicely done, a very good play. I'm very amazed by this one. And yeah, crit Riven, kind of a banger build if you ask me. And yeah, with that, we are officially at the end of the video. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, come back for more, and we go over to the montage part. Okay, we have a 1 HP turnaround. Look at the CC. Bro is not moving. Yeah, stay mad. Oh, turns around to Tristana here. Gets popped away, but the ultimate turns around with the flash. Nicely timed spells, nicely used that ability to mitigate the damage, and survives this play. Now the Yasuo comes in for another challenger. Bone plating Yasuo, mega low, what a clown. Anyway, going for the dive here, not having to care, just flashes away with the fadeaway ult. Stay mad. No, Yone, no. You're not actually dying to this. Avoids the Vi Q, nicely done. He has the ultimate available, pops the CC on the Vi. Vi gets ulted by the Vi, turns around, flashes forward, goes for a big D damage, turns around, waits for another set of cooldown, turns around and goes for another CC on top and gets the free kill pickup on Leon, and nicely played. Ooh, now we have a set, the set bar is being filled higher and higher. What's bro gonna do? Rengar comes in as well, avoids the true damage. Rengar jumps on him, turns around, pops the ultimate, turns around, stuns them, turns around again and kills them. The set tried to flash the combo but falls. Oh no, we have a Yuumi clip, not the Yuumi clip, not an 80 carry with the Yuumi. Please kill the 80 carry with the Yuumi. We all want to see the 80 carry Yuumi kill. Please kill him. Yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Stay mad, 80 carry with the Yuumi. You little goblin. I hate 80 carries with Yuumi. They think they're good, but they suck. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, check out our Patreon. Beta phase, by the way. Keep that in mind, the website is in beta phase. And yeah, we see each other for more content very soon. Bye bye.